Hello, hello. Welcome to ARMA League Season 2 Hanchans 28 and 29. Oh, sorry, no. 29 and 30, I think. Oh, I might have mistitled the stream. Anyways, not important. Yeah, so before we get into things, we're going to have a quick look over the rules. We have red fives on, no bankruptcy, head bump instead of double or triple run, round and mangan, no abortive draws, 30-10 Uma with an Oka at a 30,000 point return. I am JCakes, and where's your symbol?
And I am SBT unmuted this time.
Yeah, I saw that a slight debacle in the previous one, but yes, unmuted this time. And yeah, it's going to be some exciting times as we head into the final week of the playoffs, which means that each team is going to want to do their best to be in the top 8 by the end of the day. And speaking of where they want to end up at, we're going to have a quick look at the spreadsheet going into the week. So these are the games that are happening for today. And these are the standings that we enter into the week with. So we have Atsuki in first place, Tile Dreaming in second, Water and the Fire third, Powerpuff Boys in fourth, Junk and Ron in fifth, AU and SW Wanderers in sixth, Tanya Sensation in seventh, Dark Flame Cursed Totoro in eighth, Time for Fun in ninth, Unistar Fan Club in 10th, Itchy Richie Fingers in 11th, and Long John Silver in 12th place. So we can kind of see that a lot of big plays are going to happen for the final 3 teams because they only have 4 Hanchans to make about a 250 point gap or more. So we're going to have to see some very, very big plays if they want any hope of making the final. Yeah, so I think for this week, which one are we doing? SBT, table 1 or table 2?
I'm looking at table 1, honestly. It's got a little bit more spice than the other tables, I think.
All right.
Table 2, most of these lads are already in the top cut. So it's really a pick between table 1 and 3, I think. But
I think we'll go with table
yeah.
1 then, because the Hunters to keep the eye on are AKT, Black Flame Curse Totoro and Card for Fun, which, as we see from the standings, they're either barely below or literally at the cutoff. So,
Yeah.
any significant score shift, or really Card for Fun and DFCT, are basically playing as direct competitors to one another. Every point that they can take off the other one gives them a much higher chance of making the cutoffs. So we will watch this game. Which one? Turkey. Yep. Alrighty. And so we are entering into about a minute before things enter. And yeah, I don't think we'll see much normal play from. Well, okay. So if what are the other two? If Long John Silver or Itchy Richie Fingers want to make the finals, we can't see any more normal play. It's just they can't play normally anymore. They have to basically go for Yakuman consecutively. They need to score, on average, plus 100 to plus 150 per Hancha. So
I honestly want to see how that might affect not only their play, but the play around them. Because if you know one guy's gone for Yakuman only, does that change the way you play, or do you just play standard? So I think it might be a little bit interesting to see how we go.
Yep.
And whether the other players are also aware of that fact is also interesting, I think.
Another factor to consider is the fact that the players may not play to get in because they find maybe pain. So they may just play a normal. It's really hard to tell, right? And so it's up to the player's decision in the end, because obviously, it's hard to figure out what exactly. Anyways, entering into this Hanchan, we have 3 So is the Dora, Perky in the east seat, Ejong in the south seat, and Hombre in the west seat, and AKTK in the north seat. Already the interesting factor, other than the Hatsupon, is the fact that AKTK is Perky's left player, which means that since they are direct competitors, AKTK can default to a more restricted style of play if they so desire. Maybe a form of Shibori or call restrictions, knowing that they don't want Perky to prosper in any way. actually, I forgot.
It's a quick open for Perky here. Probably trying to make use of the dealership. Can accept Dora, but that might be a little bit awkward.
Ooh,
Oh, that's pretty good. Here's the Khan. No extra Dora for them though.
And does open the 4-man Dora, and there's still 4 of them in the wall. As of right now, AKTK nor Hombre can use the new 4-man Dora, but that does not mean they won't try to force acceptance of the new Dora. We'll have to see what happens. And Hombre in Ishan 10, a pretty nifty Ishan 10 as well. Aka 5, so for Aka AKTK puts their hand up to 4 Dora, and if they can get a really large sumo, they can actually severely hold up Perky's ability to end in first, because Perky really needs to at least end above AKTK this Hanchan, but first is far more ideal. Oh, what a Forso draw.
Forso draw's pretty good here.
Giving the Dora to Perky and Tenpai to Perky, waiting for the 4-7 pin for Atsu Dora 1. I believe that'll be 3,900 with the Kanfu. Tenpai here for AKTK. Can choose to wait for the Pen 7-man or the 9-man 9-pin Shabo. Does so for the 9-man 9-pin Shabo, but Perky immediately Sumos. Very, very important Sumo. Atsu Dora 1, 1,300 points all, but more importantly, denying AKTK's Dora 3 hand. And yeah, that's super important. That's like, yeah, you're basically like, you're stopping them, right? And that's
yeah.
Oh my god, do you see that Pen 3-man draw for Perky?
Yeah, that's a little cheating. But I just wanted to comment on, like, Perky is one of my local players, and I know for a fact that mental for them is frankly pretty weak.
Oh, okay.
So getting that that win after your direct competitor reaches is a massive morale boost here, and pick up on the 4-man as well. It's definitely probably feeling pretty good here.
Do you reckon they're an inertia emotional player, which means that they will ride?
Oh yeah.
So they'll ride good results with like equally positive momentum. It's not just negative.
Oh yeah.
Momentum.
If they're feeling good, they're not very fun to play against, because they just suddenly, I don't know, hone in on some godlike power. But if they're not doing very well and a little bit tilted, they just go deeper and deeper into the hole.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. We should mention that Mahjong is Ishan 10 now, it looks like.
Yep. Perky 2 Shanten from Pinfudora 1. We do see that AKTK is trying to prep up. Could be a Pinfudora 1, or could be Sanshoku if they could find a way to get that 1-2-3 Sanshoku out. Like, I guess a Forso draw would help them get the 1-2-3 Sanshoku out. Oh, very nice tempo here for Perky, waiting for the 5-8 pin, Ridge Pinfudora 1. 4 outs in the wall. 4 outs in the pond, 4 outs in the wall.
I don't think I'm Tenpai is Tenpai, but looking at the board here, I don't think I'm a massive fan of this way.
Really? I am almost the opposite. I feel like because your left player and your opposite player have gotten rid of the 5-8 pin so liberally, it can indicate that 5-8 pin is not quite used for them. So it's not good, but it's not as bad as it normally should be.
Yeah.
Tenpai here for Mahjong, waiting for the 5-8 man for Reach Ton Dora 1 Takame E Peiko. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, very nice Sumo for Perky. Reached Sumo. Very, very nice. Reached Sumo Pinfudora. 1 Ura would make it a 4K all. And he gets the Ura! Very important Ura for Perky. Sends them to a solid first place as we enter into East 1-2. And hey, you called it perfectly. Perky, you know what? If he gets into a good early momentum, he's just going to keep winning.
Yeah. Look, I don't believe in flow, but this is flow. Are we allowed to say that? Have we banned flow on the stream, actually? I don't remember.
I don't think that there is an explicit ban on it, but I'm not going to entirely support it. Although, not to be persuaded down, AKTK does open up with a pretty interesting hand already, like Itsu potential on the 4-man, and they're going to need this. They're going to need to greed out this hand, because they don't want Perky. They cannot allow Perky to get first place. They might even go for Chinitsu. Okay. I realize at this point we have yet to talk about Enhombre and Ejong because, frankly, they're not really the interesting matchup here. The interesting matchup is Perky.
They've unfortunately been caught in a little bit of a very heated crossfire, you could say.
Yeah.
If AKTK makes like a very unfortunate mistake, that could actually cost their team the entirety of the league. But you know, same said for Perky. They've got a lot of work to do. They're still minus 91.3 from memory.
That's why Perky's team really needs this first place. Like, not even just as like a point divider to AKTK, because I think Tanya Sensation is barely above Dark Flame Coast Totoro. So if Tanya Sensation tanks, that suddenly gives you 2 teams that you can try and take over for the cutoffs. So getting first is far too important in this one context. We do see a Chun Pon here for Ejong and a 8 Sochi for Enhombre. Enhombre pushing a Tanya Odora 2-hand, while Ejong seems to just be pushing a Chun only hand, which both benefit AKTK. It shuts down Perky's dealership if these guys do decide to go fast.
Is the Chi Shanpon 7-pin, 8-pin?
Yep.
Dora is suddenly quite dangerous.
Ooh, Tenpai here for AKTK, and it is the right kind of Tenpai. If they take it, they're waiting on the 4-7 man. 4 man will give them Itsu, and it's Pinfu. Yep, and they do decide to take it. And how many weights do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 weights left, and 2 of them are the important Takame. If you could sumo it, that dealer penalty is very important. Unfortunately, Perky keeps drawing AKTK's weights.
Fairly interesting. I guess, yeah. The fortunate topic as well for Perky is that they're never cutting the 4 months here because they, easily incorporated into their hand. And Ipin's also been cut from Enhombre, so that actually gave him a way to just, keep nudging his hand forward.
Yep. Tenpai here for Ejong for the 2-5 man. Chun only.
Perky's in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily trouble, but definitely one of those situations where you kind of want to push. There it is. Takes Tenpai. Ipeko Dora 1.
Ipeko Dora 1, wait for the 2-pin, and importantly, it is I think it's a safe. It's Suji at the very least.
Yeah, it's Suji.
Yeah. Oh, they get the last 4 bar. That's so important. Reached Sumo Pingfu Itsu 1 Ura would make it a Haneman. Oh no, Ura, unfortunately for AKTK. But hey, look, 4K Oyakaburi to your direct competitor suddenly in the mix for first place. There are no complaints there for AKTK. Very, very important 4-man sumo. Like, even a 7-man sumo doesn't really feel that good in that context, but hey, you got the Takame. Ura would have been nicer, but you get what you get. So we enter into East 2, finally moving off of Perky's dealership. Oh god, look at that hand from Ejong.
That's a very strong hand from Ejong, I think.
Yeah,
just at a glance, it feels... You have a very foreboding feeling from it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, it actually just gets more and more expensive.
The free-man draw just, makes it a touch stronger now.
Yeah. Not to be denied though, Enhombre does have 3 Dora in their hand. Perky is looking to try and shut down this hand and just move it along, which is unfortunate for Enhombre because Enhombre's hand, while being very valuable, is very clunky. There's not really much Yaku that you can go for other than Ricci, and so you fill out all of your very awkward shapes. Ishan 10 on our left here for AKTK would be... They can draw perfectly. It's Pinfu Ipeko, but they need to get that 8 mark. There's still 3 of them in the wall, though. Not unlikely. Tenpai here for Perky, waiting for the 3-6 mark. 4 outs in the wall remaining for them. But fortunately, they will probably snipe it directly from AKTK's hands if they draw it. So they have pseudo 2 draws a turn. Osa is and Hombre, who caught him very quickly, now with very pretty Sanmin Chan and Ryangmin for Richi Dora 3. Oh, Aka 5 man.
That's a good draw. The hand just keeps getting better, but it's, you know, it's still not quite there. And, you know, we can see that 8 bamboo is fine. Okay, they do decide to cut it early, but I was just about to comment on the longer they hold on to it, just the more dangerous it becomes. But I feel as if they felt a little bit desperate to hold on to it.
Yeah. It's very likely that Ejong and Hombre will try to hold onto the dealership for as long as possible, but Perky ends up sumoing Ejong out of their first dealership. Moving us along to East 3, Dora is the 3-man man. Perky keeps waking up with these very, very nice hands. Okay, let's look at someone else other than Perky. I have Ejong with a pretty nifty hand, a complete Mensu and 3 shapes. 6-man fill for Perky, immediately puts him into Ishan 10. They can draw that 3-pin, it's immediately a reach pin for Dora 1. Oh, okay. It's just reach Dora 1. If they do... Oh, they don't decide to take the 3-pin.
No, they hate these weights.
Oh.
I feel as if they probably should have taken this, but it's very in character for him.
Okay. Looking around to the deal, we do see that En Hombre... oh, Tsumugiri Richi for Perky. And Hombre has not really got a hand, but it's got something. They just shove down this dealership, notably from the 1-pin shove, rather than... Actually, they just don't have a safe tile, do they?
Yeah, there's no Gambutsu there, and, you know, you're dealer, you might as well try your luck.
Yep. Now, what does AKT do? Are they going to try and fight? Because their hand is okay in value, 2 Dora, but they've got a lot of shapes to fill, especially that 7-pin.
Yeah,
very, very
I think
hard.
Yeah, the big problem here is that there's a lot of shapes to fill and not necessarily easy ways to do it. There's also, it's quite difficult to find a Yaku here, I feel. Like, you've got Tanyao, obviously, but, you know, as you said, you've got to fill that 7-pin and then you've got to cut these, you know, 9-man's not necessarily safe, 9-pin's not necessarily safe. You know, you draw the wrong way and suddenly you're 3-10 on the 1-man. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Yeah, like, exactly this draw. There's a lot of ways this hand can go wrong for AKTK other than just even dealing in.
Yeah.
So I feel like the defensive posture from AKTK was a good idea here. Red 5 pickup for En Hombre though, you know, just one step forward here now.
Yeah.
And another step forward here.
En Hombre may just shove in that.
Eat.
Oh, I mean, sorry.
No,
shove in the 3
is this
star
not
because-
tempo? Yeah.
Yeah, for the Contra 3-pin for Reach Dora 1. Both plays way on the same tile, so neither of them can deal in. Although 6-pin suddenly
Suji!
means that Atama Hane now becomes an active prospect. If Ejong cuts their 3-pin, En Hombre will take the win, and if AKTK cuts a 3-pin, then Perky will take it.
I'm not worried, you're worried.
Notably, a much worse outcome if AKTK decides that the 3-pin Suji is safe enough, since they will feed their direct competitor. Does look like Ejong is completely out of the hand, not wanting to cut that 3-pin. Oh my god, Perky! Gets that 3-pin before the dealer reached Sumo Dora 1. Ura would make it a manga. And how many times have I said that today? How many times have I said that today about Perky? Hitting that very important Ura, making it a 2,000, 4,000 point hand, and suddenly they're well in the lead again on 25,000 above second place.
It's a Hatsu pair there as well.
Yeah, this is a shutdown hand. Oh, 7-pin draw! My oh my. My oh my, you need to chill out there. You can't. Okay. Let's hold our horses.
So there's
AKTK is catching up, filling in some of the nicer shapes.
yeah, Ejong's hand is also pretty good here as well. There's very good shapes in there and a couple completed shapes as well. So it's not like Perky is just the only one with a hand here. There's definitely Ejong and AKTK are still in it. And Hombre is picking up the pace, but there is a couple completed sets in there and 456 Sunshocker possibility as well. So I don't think there's anything to scoff at here. Pon on the huts for Perky. Third 9 bamboo for En Hombre. We're stepping one more. Doesn't quite take that encore.
So
I feel like 1-2 pin may have been a nice hedge there, but 9 bamboo's fine as well. You were saying?
I'm wondering how AKTK will behave if they draw that 4-man. Because Duratanki is not ideal, but it is very necessary. It's not a good weight, but if you can sumo that weight, then you suddenly got a 4K all and you're suddenly competitive for first place again. So, like, what kind of playstyle would AKTK do? Are they going to try and wait and see if they can get a better one, or are they going to just try to Duratanki and force Perky out of the hand? That being said, though, Perky just hit Tenpai, waiting for the 7-man Tanki. A lot of their upgrades are quite iffy, fortunately.
Their upgrades are all 310, I think. Well, not all 310, but most of the nice ones are.
Yeah. Most of the nice weight upgrades are 310. The 6-9 so is very bad from their perspective. So I guess their main upgrades are 8-man or 6-man. 1-7 in the wall. Still Ishan 10 for 9-man draw for ATK. Still not willing to release it.
I don't think I'd be happy in Hombre's position. The hand itself looks alright, but the acceptance tiles just aren't there.
2-man draw there for AKTK.
2-3-4 Sunshocker.
No,
Don't want it? They don't take it.
Don't take it. Probably, they really, really want to see if they can force in there as much Dora usage as possible. Keeping that 6-pin and keeping the Aka 5-man. But as you say, 2-3-4 Sunshocker is like, oh, that's a pretty bad backfire. Because that's Tenpai. What happens?
They might possibly be thinking that 6-pin might be just a little bit difficult to release here.
Yeah.
Tenpai, they do push it through, no reach though.
Yeah. Tenpai on the Kanchan 4-man for just the Dora 1. But yeah, they decided not to reach it because they see 2 of the 4-mans on the pond, and I guess they don't really want to risk their hand like that. And the 4-man is dead, so KTK cannot win unless they get the 4-man by the Hoite. Where are the 7-mans? Oh, 1 7-man in the wall. We saw the pawn of the 8 so for Ejong, so Ejong is going for K10.
We should probably mention that this is actually a very important K10 for AKTK. Because I didn't realize they were E-step first. The game's just gone by that quick. But, you know, could just be Perky and just rip. Could just be Perky and just rip the tiles you need.
Yeah,
right?
just take it. You just take the tile, ripping away AKTK's dealership, and like that's absurdly important for a Kung Fu Fun, right? That's their team.
Yeah, it's big, and I'm at like this point I'm a little just a touch worried for AKTK, because at this point you got to be feeling a little frustrated, and it's just like, if you know, and frustration leads to a lot of things, and one of them is mistakes. So you got to be really hoping that, you know, if you're sitting in the locker room of AKTK's team, you know, fingers crossed, no mistakes here.
Yeah, it'll depend on how tilt-proof the players are, but that's not something I know directly because I don't really know the KTK player. But it is quite a frustrating situation, and it comes down to the mental game of Mahjong, where sometimes you have to deal with worst-case scenarios or just bad scenarios, and really try to evaluate how bad they are, because like again, even if AKTK doesn't get first place here, it's bad, but it's not like their team is out of the running or anything close to that. Like their team still has a very, very solid chance. It's just that Can't For Fun suddenly shoots up to being a very, very direct competitor. So again, it's not a disaster zone if Perky gets the first, but it's absurdly important for Perky's team. Mahjong has done a pretty perfect. Ideal is Shanten. Perfect is Shanten. So what else? And the Hombre is also ish. However, the time pies each, fortunately. Will they take the south here, or will they go for a men's in hand? Do they take the south, and they're waiting for the 4-man, 5-man Sharpon for only. And actually, this is ideal for Perky. Their dealership ending cheaply is like the second ideal outcome. The first ideal outcome is that AKTK gets slapped for like an 8k. But this is not bad for them. Tenpai here.
I think the first, like, the best case scenario is just slapping AK2K for like a dealer Mungan.
Yeah.
You are right. Yeah, you are right. This is a great, technically speaking, this is a great position for Perky.
Yeah. 6-9-man Tenpai here for Ijong. Infu Dora 1. I believe Dharma because they're waiting for the Itsu. Which makes sense from their team's point perspective that they really do need very, very greedy if possible. Oh, interesting that Enhombre rejected the upgrade of Tenpai to the 3-6-man, cutting the 2.
So it's Tenpai for Perky, you know, just a casual I got there. And death. And death.
Unfortunate, they got the weight upgrade and does deal in on the 6-man. Well, Pinfu Dora 1, but 2,000 points isn't really all that much to end your dealership on, especially...
very small fee.
Yeah, very, very small fee to end your dealership on. And yeah, it does move us to South 2. Ooh, okay, now we've woken up with everyone with a fairly average... Perky's not really got much, AKTK's not really got much, but Ijong's got some speed and potential 1-2-3 Sanshoku if they can get that Uso 2-pin specifically. And then Hombre's got some speed, but there's no real value.
Well, there's another copy of the Dora for AKTK.
Ooh,
it's also their win.
And we do see the first instance of Ijong going for... Not first instance, but a very important instance of Ijong going for speed here. Cutting the 4-man and trying to secure that 1-2-3 Sanshoku if possible. And we may see a direct fight between AKTK and Ijong. AKTK may actually... Oh, holy shit.
That's good. Now we go.
Yeah, that's a very important one. If they're picking up the 2, so now they went for the 4-7 pin for Reach Pinfu Sanshoku. Instant.
There's what, 4 left? Yeah, 4 left it looks like.
4 weights left in the wall. And so this is if Ijong Tsumos, all of a sudden AKTK is in a pretty stuck third way. Okay, sorry. For a second, I was wondering if Perky's going to get rid of the 4-pin, but no, it does look like they're just playing safely, which makes a lot of sense.
Surely not, right?
Yeah, it does seem like they're playing very safely, which makes a lot of sense. You don't really want to deal into the dealer in this position. That would suck a lot. So now we've got a trial here for AKTK. Yeah, they've got to decide how they're going to progress this hand forward. And they do decide to go a little bit safely, cutting the 8-so. Leaving some Ukere, but not really wanting to fight the dealer directly. Still 4 tiles left in the wall for Ijong. 3 tiles left in the wall. Although... And it does look like that Enhombre is folding. And we do see a 9-so push here for... Oh, okay. Reach, Sumo, Pinfu, Sanshoku, 1 Ura would make a Haneman. And they get it.
I just want to make a comment that Perky was just randomly shunten for Cheetoy.
Very, very important sumo for Ejong. Puts them in a fighting position for first place, and very bad for Perky.
It's another very nice hand.
Yeah. Very bad for Perky because Perky now has their first place threatened by Ejong. But it's worse for AKTK because now AKTK is in a very shallow third place. And we'll need to start doing some plays here. Well,
I think
they may start doing some plays. Sorry,
I think in Perky's position, dealer winning Hanuman is slightly frustrating, but looking at the broad point of view, I'm actually kind of stoked I won it because AKTK the hard part about this game is that Perky, you want to finish above AKTK, but you also want to finish above AKTK where they go negative, and that's quite difficult to do unless you slap them directly with a couple hands. Ejong kind of did it for them with that sumo. Yeah, Ejong climbs above.
I would agree with you if AKTK was the only competitor, but as we saw earlier, Tanya Sensation is also a competitor, which gives you a higher incentive to need positive points rather than just point differential. Right?
Yeah.
It's not just your gap to AKTK. You would actually just like to be positive. So if Perky loses their first place, even if they have a nice gap between them and AKTK, it's not bad. It's just it's not great.
I think in this current situation, you definitely want that first place. You want as much of a buffer as you can get.
Yeah.
The second isn't bad as long as AKTK happens to be.
And Hombre Ishanten for Suanko. Or Sana Anko Toy Toy Dora 3, maybe.
They're moving towards it.
They are moving towards it. That 5-so draw was very clutch. Although the 5-sos are dead, unfortunately. 9-pin is 1 left in the wall, and 5-man is 1 left in the wall, so Suanko is still alive. Can they Tenpai on time? Oh, Tenpai here for Perky, waiting for the 1-4 pin, and there's 7 outs in the wall.
Reach
okay.
danger.
Okay. Alright, well,
is Hombre doomed?
They doomed? Well, if they get the 9-pin, they're very doomed because you have to shove the 1-pin in. And...
Yeah, if they get literally anything, they're doomed, right?
Yeah. Even an offering of a 9-pin or a 5-man would probably doom them because Toy Toy Dora 3 would be very, very nice.
The Ishan 10, it looks like. Yeah, that's Ishan 10 for AKTK. Fighting back.
AKTK Ishan.
Hanya Dora 3, wait a minute. That's a hand.
Yeah. Still, yeah, okay. Oh, Perky just Tsumos the Takamel. Just easy game. Don't even think about it. Reach Tsumo Ipeka, 1 Uro would make it a Mongun. Doesn't happen in this case, but reach Tsumo Ipeka, very, very important. Points. Move on second place's dealership. All that good stuff. All part of a nutritious breakfast.
Uro 3 would have made it a Hanuman. Just saying.
Oh, crap.
Well, in the meantime, Perky, pair of the Red Dragons, and let's see, Ejong with a pretty decent hand, completed shape in the 5-6-7 mon, and very good shapes in the 2-3 and 4, 2-3 mon and 4-4-5 in pair as of the West as well. Can progress towards a pin fooey hand, but would definitely want a little bit more value considering their team is last place, I believe. Yeah, last place. So they're definitely going to need something here. Unfortunately, their dealership has passed. It might be a little bit awkward. Chun Anko for Perky is a little bit cheating. Can go towards a Chun Chunta hand. If you squint really, really hard, there's technically a Sun Shocky there, but you might have to be a little bit blind to squint that hard.
While we're squinting that hard, there's still Kokushi here, so let's not think about that. Yeah. Oh wow, they are going very greedy for this. Hunter, not keeping the pair and the wash.
I think they kind of tunneled. That looks like a tunnel vision discard there. You don't need. Well, you do need the points, but most of all, you also want to end the game here.
Yep.
So not holding on to that pair definitely feels like they've seen the fact that they've got Chunter and sorry, Chun Chunter, and they're like, okay, I guess I'm Chun Chunter now instead of just Chundora.
Yep.
Uh, I
Uh,
like that might come back to bite them. And Hombre looks pretty fast here.
and Hombre in Ishan 10 for Tanya, Dora 2. Very important hand. Dora 3 would be no. Oh, Tenpai 4 so 5 so for Tanya, Dora 2. Chi on the 7, so put Perky into Ishan 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
cuts that way. Put Perky into
Oi.
Ishan 10 for Chun, Chanta, Dora 1.
Yeah. Now Perky's suddenly in a lot of trouble because I don't think they're gonna respect this, and suddenly, slaps on the head isn't gonna feel very good here.
Yeah. So we saw that Enhombre rejected the 4-7 so Tenpai, came in the 4 so 5 so Tenpai. And they would have sumoed there.
Oh no. Oh no.
Chitoi, Tenpai, Chitoi, Dorotanki for AKTK was totally necessary for them.
Is there
Only
anything left? There's one
oh,
left.
oh
One
that
left.
is the worst outcome for AKTK. There was one 9 so left, and Enhombre sumos right after AKTK's Ricci, stealing an extra stick from
Okay.
them.
Now we're a little bit. We are a touch worried now. However, AKTK wakes up Dora 2. And that's pretty good for them. Like looking around, Perky might struggle to use it. Anyone else who picks it up might not use it. So that's a pretty good draw for them. Can pairs up on the 8-man as well, can kind of just open up a lot. On the east for Ejong, moving towards Hunter maybe.
Oh, sorry, I just had to sort out some stuff. Alright, so yeah, it looks like a Chanta push. But, oh, no, they're going for Hanetsu.
Yeah?
No, they're going for Hanetsu.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Okay, that's pretty good. I
just,
guess that's good.
what? Oh, did you just see that from Perky?
Wait,
Perky's
what?
cutting the 4-man pair because he wants to feed Ejong's Hanetsu. Or feed? I don't actually know. Oh, they're going for
I'm
Sozu
not
Hanetsu.
necessarily sure what happened there. I think you're right. They may have just been trying to feed, but
Oh, we see AKTK also going for a lot of greed here. Because they have the Hatsu pair, but rather than sending for Hatsu Dora-san, they're going to go for Hatsu Honitsu Dora-san or Honitsu Dora 2, something like that.
actually, I think this is very smart from AKTK because this hand, if you didn't go for the Honetsu, the hand is very reliant on finding that third Hatsu.
Yep.
But, forcing the Honetsu, one, you stop others from discarding willy-nilly, but two, you also just, I don't need that third Hatsu. So, yeah, I didn't think about this line, but this is actually a very strong line here.
Yeah.
Another 3-month for Ejong as well.
Oh, Tenpai for Ejong, waiting for the 1-man, 2-man for Honitsu Dora 1. And AKTK might get into trouble.
AKTK might be in a lot of danger here, but I feel like Perky is in just as much danger.
No, I don't think Perky's cutting the 1-man. Okay,
I feel like, okay, he can upgrade.
Can upgrade to the 4, 5, 8-man weight, Sire, but the 8-man has been on. Yeah, they do decide to.
Yeah, the 4-man's also been pawned.
Finally,
Oh
no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Despair!
Well, okay, there were 2 bad outcomes in that, right? Because if Enhombre needed to push their dealership, so if when Enhombre cuts the Hatsu, AKTK was screwed.
Yeah.
So, there was, only bad outcomes from that point onward.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on that as well, because, looking at the circumstances, I could not see a way where AKTK made it out alive there.
Yeah. Now we've got an interesting scenario for Perky, because if Perky decides to feed Enhombre, he will settle AKTK into last place. That's a lot easier said than done, of course. But
Yeah, much easier said than done.
yeah, but
There's also the fact that they've got just that Hatsu pair, so they can kind of just steamroll this hand as well.
yeah,
Looking around, it doesn't appear like there's much else anyone else can do. Like
uh,
Ejong's got a lot of pairs, but the hand itself isn't great.
yeah.
Same with Van Hombre. Like there's
Mm.
good shapes there, but there's not necessarily anything there yet.
1, 2, 3
Um,
Sanshoku may be pushed here for Ejong, but needs the 2 mon and the 1 pin. The 1 pin they pass. But oh
I guess there's Cheetoy here as well for
no.
Perky.
No. Oh, for Perky? Yeah. Chito Ishanten.
Yeah.
Ishanten for Sanshoku only. For Ejong, Ejong, 5200 is not enough. So they need to like Richi direct hit
Hmm.
Perky to upset that gap. Haku pair there for Enhombre. Enhombre may actually go fast in second place, but that would not profit their team very much, considering the
No, I don't. I don't know what their team strategy going into this was, but I don't think that they were looking towards a just settling for a third place.
Okay,
Not keeping the 4 bamboo here is pretty interesting, but
Senpai
Senpai.
for AKTK waiting for Hanchan 4 pin for Richi only.
Mm.
I'm in. Okay, so Enhombre was considering pawning the 9 pin and waiting for the 6 Haku for Haku Dorosan. But they would need the Haku, and they can't really know the fact that it's actually all live in the wall. So, yeah, what's gonna happen? Yeah, Ejong may be competitive here. Especially if you can get that 4 pin and they suddenly have a Simon shot. Oh, Cheetoy. Oh, it's a Cheetoy.
He did it.
Cheetoy 6
What is this
chunky.
nonsense?
1 4 pin wait for Ejong. 1 pin is Takame Sanshoku.
There's like, okay, so he gives up on the Cheetoy. So it's a direct fight between AKTK and Ejong now.
Yes, it does look like the Perky is stepping aside. Okay, very nice Tsumo for AKTK. Reach Tsumo. 1 euro would be huge. Absolutely amazing for AKTK. So now they're not in a comfortable third place, but they can survive Oyakabari's and still end in third place. Nan Pon here for Ejong.
$1. There's not much to go for here.
Yeah, it does look like Ejong might actually be selling for second place with this hand. Unless they're gonna hard cut the Sozu? No, they're not. Okay.
Nah.
They'd be hard cutting the Manzu, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like that may have been an overeager pawn on the south, but there's also the possibility that they looked at the hand and they went, okay, I'm gonna pawn the south, and then they'll figure out which Honitsu I'm going for afterwards.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're going towards the Sozu Honitsu here, but that on its own still isn't enough.
Yeah.
They're gonna need +1 isn't even enough there, is it? Mangan Sumo's not enough there, I think.
For Ejong?
Yeah.
No, not enough. Not enough. They need Hanuman Sumo or Mangan Direct. Ooh, 7. Oh, okay. Perky is now building towards a Tanpin Sanshoku. And then we get that we actually might loop around to the interesting question, which is, would Perky ever try to direct hit AKTK? And
Go over the mountain, baby.
maybe. AKTK.
I don't know. It feels a little greedy.
It does feel a little greedy. I'm not saying that they were. It's just that it's like if you can have an 8K Dharma, which is perfectly possible if you have like a Tanpin Sanshoku, then you've got an interesting question. Although, if they feed this Mangan, they're suddenly very screwed. Ishanten for Ejong for Yakuhai Honitsu. If okay.
Hiya. What is this nonsense?
We'll find. Oh, that's not Tenpai.
It's a pretty looking tile, but yeah, definitely not Tenpai.
Tenpai as of yet, but Still got the 567 Soundtracker chance. Uh, that is Tenpai waiting for the
Hey,
5-8 mon for Anyao Pinfus Ipe Cordora 1. Direct hit off of AKTK would send him to last place. 5 so will give Ejong Tenpai. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there you go. 1-4 so for Ejong. And now we've got an interesting one. So
I do wonder why it wasn't just the 8 bamboo there, but
yeah. Oh wait, did I mislook at it? 5 because this is already a they're thinking of skipping. They're
no
skipping.
fucking way,
Oh!
really? No fucking way.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so they've elected to skip the 1-so Ron because they want to see if they can snipe. And they have given the way to AKTK to making it back to this Hanchan, reach a Patsumo Dora. 1 euro, sorry, not 1 euro, but that sends AKTK to second place, and with that singular play, they've given AKTK a very easy way back into the Hanchan.
Yeah, that's this is suddenly very competitive.
Yes, now they are no longer comfortable. And now we're seeing that a lot of the seeds earlier that were placed are actually biting them pretty hard. Players not going for shutdown hands a lot of the time are hurting a lot. So, okay, so we have Ishanten already for AKTK. For, okay, could be Chundora too. We have a hand here for Ejong, who may be going for Tan Yao Dora 1 to end in second place, or they might still be sniping for first place. We'll have a look. But,
what exactly needs to go right for Ejong to get into first here?
well, it's the same thing. They need to Mangan direct hit. They need to Mangan direct hit Perky. And they're still within range of a Mangan direct hit, but getting that hand is going to be very difficult at this. South is passed by Enhombre. Enhombre wanting to go for a Haneman of some sort to try either AKTK or Ejong for third place, which is a very depressing sentence, but it is a sentence nonetheless.
The pass there seems a little bit strange, isn't it? Honetsu South White 2 Dora?
Honetsu South White to Dora. Yeah, that would probably be better. But they might be going for Menhon Chitoi Dora 2, which is like a Baimon.
Yeah, so they definitely can't pick up any of the White or South now because both are dead. So I guess the only option now is like Menhon Chitoi or like
it probably is going to be Menhon Chitoi Dora 2. Try to go for the Baimon Sumo. But yeah, no, you're right. It is gonna be pretty grim. Oh my god, AKTK upgrades to Chun Dora 3, and hey, we might actually. Ooh.
Gakten?
Yep, that's a Gyakten. So that puts AKTK currently in first place by like 1,200 points. Yep, and all of a sudden, AKTK is in the comfortable position, and Perky's got to be kicking himself because he couldn't close out this Hanchan.
If you listen really closely, you can almost hear the cheers from Dark Flame Curse Totoro, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And like, hey, even if Perky ends up Gyak. Oh, that's a misclick. I think that's a misclick.
Yeah, that's probably a misclick. There's also a possibility that they see that they have they see that they've got the pair of the 2 bamboo already, so they're kind of just cutting tiles so they can move towards the Tanyao. But I agree with you. It's a little bit early to cut the north pair here.
Yeah. We see that there's already an early 2 Dora here for AKTK. Oh yeah. Ushanten for Perky for Pinfu, or Pinfu only maybe Pinfu Dora 1. Both of which are enough value to end in first place.
Actually, Pinfu only on a run isn't enough. if he runs anyone
Well, no, there's 3
but
bonuses. There's three Regis sticks.
oh yeah. Oh
As
boy.
well, it's more than enough. We have AKTK with a Sanmin Chan Ryangmin for Pinfu Dora 2. It's looking very likely like they're just gonna AKTK is just gonna take it home.
Yeah, they're very, very quickly running off with the game here.
Yep, yeah. Hey, that's the danger of a South 4 dealership, and that's why you never underestimate the South 4 dealership and you try to end it, you know? Like, you shouldn't be complacent because just a few Mungan Sumos later and all of a sudden your first place is under threat. Especially, actually, this is where it kicks in, where Ejong and Enhombre are no longer playing quote-unquote optimally in that they need to play for points and, like, extreme position play. And that does give AKTK a lot of time. Which is why I brought up that idea of feeding, right? Because, yes, you lose some points, but if you can feed to end the Hanchan, then, well, that's an end. It's an end with, like, your competitor in 3rd place and you in 1st.
Might actually be a little bit awkward. AKTK can't seem to Tenpai. Neither can Perky.
We'll see what
Oh,
happens.
yeah. And Hombre's just been hoarding Sozi over there as well.
Oh. A lot of yeah, a lot of we might see AKTK call for K10, maybe? Oh no, they just Tenpai. So now they're Ricci waiting for the 2-5 pin.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Aka 5 pin. It puts Sumo on the 5 pin with 6k all. Thirdly important. Okay. What happened for a second?
Wait, there's like... Is there like just randomly Solanko? No, it's not quite there.
That's not quite there.
It looked close at a glance, but it's not quite there.
And that will be another Ryukyoku, ending with AKTK being the only person in Tenpai. You go to South 4-4. Dora is the 3 pin. Hatsu pair here for AKTK.
And nothing else for anyone else, it looks like. Yeah, no one's got a fast option here. Oh boy. This is
So Perky now actually needs to build value because a 1k hand will no longer be sufficient to end the 5 months.
5 months seems very strange here.
This is pin.
Oh,
Stuff.
I'm a little concerned that they may have kind of tunneled into Cheetoy here.
Yeah, wow, Cheetoy? Really?
Yeah, I think they may have tunnel visioned into Cheetoy. We do see a Pon. Yeah, Pon on the Green Dragon for AKTK can go just very zoom fast here.
Zoom vast. Yep, they're going for Cheetoy.
Hi, yeah.
Cheetoy Dora 2. What does anyone else have?
Hi.
This is kind of funny.
This is why. Oh, this is it's a little depressing.
A little bit.
Dora for AKTK, this is pretty good, right?
Yeah, but interestingly, AKTK can, if it gets late enough, with not enough progression from each of the other players, they can fold out their Tenpai and just stay in 1st place. Because they are out of the Ryukyoku range, so they're out of the 4k swing. So they can just
pass the game.
Yeah, they can just pass the game and win. Probably won't calm that.
No, there's no reason to here.
Yeah.
They did keep it though. Safe tile.
Oh, okay, they're going aggressive. Khan, the Hatsu opening the 9 pin Dora. 9 pin is 3 out. Ishan,
I did not expect the Khan there.
G 2-5 pin. Yeah, it looks like they just decided to go for points instead. You know, which I mean, like, you can never really argue.
Yeah, that's 10. I guess that's good because you're feeling good. You might as well just try your luck and see if you can keep going. 9 months here.
That secures AKTK's 1st place. Dahmer on the Pinfu, 6-9 mon, and suddenly, AKTK is in 1st place. So we end that hunch on AKTK, Perky, Ejong, and Enhombre.
Very impressive game from AKT.
Very, very impressive game for AKTK. Very important as well, and very bad for Khan for fun, if I'm honest, because that was absurdly important. So we can't actually show you guys what the scores are, because we are waiting until the end of the day before the scores updated. So we will wait until the next set of Hanchans, where we will. I don't think there's any scores here. Oh, there are
Seems
scores.
like
There are
it
scores.
seems like
Okay.
the scores have already been updated. I think it's the end of each round.
Oh, at the end of each round. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the end of
These
each
are the
round.
scores, and unfortunately for Khan for fun, Tanya Sensation got a first.
Yeah, Tanya
So-
Sensation also got a first. So they've taken a step forward. Plus 20, plus what 20 so is all right.
Yep.
But that gap certainly hasn't closed up at all.
No, not at all, and it's gotten worse actually. So, yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a small break while we wait for the next set of games to start up. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, roughly. Yeah, about 5 minutes. So stay tuned until then. Alright, guys, welcome back to part 2 of, Hanchan 30. Yeah, 130 of ARMA League playoff. Preliminary rounds? Group
Preliminary,
stage? Yeah,
preliminary.
group stage. Something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Group stage, yeah, group stage.
So we have elected to pick this table. Yes, there are overlaps. This table is we're picking the important tables for the weekend. So this table features Warm Rain of Itchy Richie Fingers, which is a bit of a non-competitor because they're quite far below the cutoff. But Nosty from Dark Flame Curtis Potterer, PP from Powerpuff Boys, and is this Russell from Tanya Sensation.
I believe I can double check, but I believe that was Russell. Yes.
Yeah, Russell from Tanya Sensation.
I will.
And all three of those other teams are like 8th, 7th, and 6th or something like that. So like this table,
this hand.
This one's very
interesting.
Yeah, this game's a very, very good decider of just like where these teams will place close to the cutoffs, and if Khan for Fun can get a high score, will be the closest victims to Khan for Fun. So we enter into the Hanchan. East 1, Dora is the 6th pin, Warm Rain in the east seat, Nosty in the south seat, PP in the west seat, and Russell in the north seat. Ton is pawned off by Russell. Now they are pushing towards trying to do a faster tempi for Ton Dora 1, I think. In terms of competitiveness, we see that Nosty is prepping Ishan 10 for pin food, Dora 1, maybe even Dora 2 if they can pick up this 5 and 6 pin. And I don't even know if he's done. Looks like it's just a Tanyao, Richie Tanyao or some sort with pretty efficient shapes.
I'm just going to take a moment. I need to refresh myself on these standings because I don't actually know how impactful it is. Oh, okay. Oh my.
No, this is a spicy table. This one has to be one.
Oh my.
Yeah, this one, it's like Nosty, PP, and Russell are all on tables, which are literally right next to each other in the standings. And like by necessity, one of those teams is gonna very likely one of those teams is gonna go next.
Yeah. This is quite a problem. Nosty first to Tempi here. Very nice 1-1 pair up. 3-6 pin weight. Should mention Warm Rain is also Ishan 10.
Yep.
Can move towards Sun Anchor here, but 6 pin would be death.
Yep.
And probably unlikely to cut the 6 pin into, a reach anyway.
Yep. PP does deal the 3 pin into Nosty, reach pin for Dora. 1 Ura sends the hand up to a Mangan, which is very important. We've seen a very important Ura tonight, Mangan Ura and Hanuman Ura, and really just very, very impactful Ura tonight. Yeah, and that it's a very, very, very direct transaction to Nosty's bank account. Yep. All right. So moving into East 2, Dora 3, Mine. What do we have? Us. We have Ishan 10. No, 2 Shan 10 for Nosty. Warm Rain with a very awkward hand. 6 puts him into Ishan 10.
Yeah, there's just a lot of pairs and unfortunate backfire on the 2-3-4 pin there. Okay. All you can do is roll with the punches here. 6 bamboo is an interesting draw for Warm Rain. I guess. How far away are you from just a random Chinitsu, do you think?
Far?
maybe just a Tempi now.
Yeah, Tempi, waiting for the 3-6. Sorry. Not 1 so 8 man for Richie only, but 4 so draw 4 Nosty puts them into Tempi, but will they chase this end, which is currently Richie Dora 1 on either a 9-pin 5-man Shaba or a Penchan 7-pin? And they do decide to chase it, waiting for the 9-pin 5-man Shabo. What do we have? We have a 3 versus 3 in the wall.
I feel like he was deciding to reach. It's just which weight he was gonna take. 9-pin here for Russell.
I'm almost surprised that Nosty didn't take the Penchan 7-pin. It's very up his alley. Early 5 pins are not usually indicative of a 7-pin weight. and 7-pin Suji to Warm Rains. I feel like it could mess with a lot of players by doing that. One so is Sumoed by Warm Rain though, and that gives them Riichi Sumo 700, 1300, and moving us straight to East 3. Man, these Hanchans are going fast, fast, fast. They're moving like hotcakes right now. Atsu is the Dora PP's dealership around us.
Dora. A copy of the Dora each for Warren Raymond, Ross, and PP, sorry. 7 bamboos, a nice pickup for Warren Raymond, rounding out that 7, 8, 9 shape. 6 pin pairs up for Nosti, but it's not the advanced hand advancement they were looking for, I don't think.
8 man draw is very good for Russell. Puts early
8 pin draw as well for them.
Early Hatsu cut here for Warm Rain, deciding that they're not going to use the Hatsu and not really wanting to, or trying not to give away the pawn before people can pair up. 5 man draw puts them into an even more ideal Shanten. So, alright, they go with the 7 pin, losing the Sanshoku chance. Probably keeping the 5-sided weight on the 5-so draw. Yeah, keeping the 5-sided weight. Yeah. 6 man, very, very nice for Nosti, puts them into Ishan, a headless Ishan 10 right now. Hatsu pair there for PP. Oh, PP now with the comeback hand as dealer. Hatsu is also cut early, so you may see Warm Rain recut the Hatsu if they get it. Look. I'm draw. Alright, they're switching to their Nobe Tan. Hey, Chitoi Ishan 10 there for PP. Is that a temp? No, that's not temp.
No, it doesn't look like Tenpai. I wonder if, as Warm Rain, if you pick up the Hatsu, if you'd be a little suspicious that no other Hatsus have been cut.
We'll have to have a look. In the meantime, though, Nosti gets into Tempai for the 6 and 9 man for Riichi Dora 1. Hey, it's a Railman. 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles left in the wall. Very, very important. And it also kills any chances of the Hatsu coming out of Warm Rain's hand. Obviously, if Nosti draws into it while Riichi, will have to cut it. But oh wait, is that a round Peiko chance there for PP?
Yeah, they're right there, except they'll have to cut that 4 bamboo, which deals into Russell here. What are they on? Like a 1, 1, 3, 4.
3, 6, 1, 4, 7, 0. Yeah, 3, 6, 1, 4, 7 for Riichi, Dora 1, Takame Pinfu. If they hit specific tiles. Oh, 3 sir. Okay, that's a cheap song. Reach Dora 1. Ura would be very good. Ura 2 would be very, very good.
There's Ura 3 in there, but I guess that's only for morale rather than value.
Yeah, and so that does deal in 2,600 points into
Russell.
Oh, it's not Russell. It's Eerie Starry. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. The player on our left is Eerie Starry. Eerie Starry, nice amount of points. Puts them closer, I suppose. But nothing is really decided with all these really small point jabs. Everyone's kind of stabbing each other in the kidneys at this point. Yeah, Ishan 10 here for Nosti. Kokushi push for PP? I'm pretty sure it's a Kokushi. Either Kokushi or Honetsu. Senpai for Nosti, waiting for the pen 7 man. For Riichi Dora 1. Yeah, pen 7 man for Riichi Dora 1. 4 7 mans in the wall. Very, very nice weight for them. Very likely that Nosti took the weight exclusively because they have that 6 man Anko, and it makes the 7 man look very pretty in the wall for them. So, but also, it's a Riichi Dora 1.
No, there's Tanya Cheetoy, I guess, for Warm Rain, depending on where we go here, but still a little far away. There's a 7-1.
Will they cut it because they don't have any safe tiles? And no, they won't. We'll cut the 7 so and guess they just want a pair, which is leaving 3 tiles
Yeah,
left. What is like seems like these players they can do. G on the 7s or Starry. Them to Ishan 10 for yes, but they need the 3 pin and the 8 so
and to cut the 7-9.
I had to cut the 7-9 pin, which is rough, but they're going for it, I guess. Like a fold there for PP.
Yeah, it is. Doesn't seem like there's much to talk about this hand. The players are definitely just, trying to work around these potential hands.
Yep.
Iri Starry moving towards a K10 here as well. It can cut the 4-pin because it's Genbutsu. 2-pin is Suji, so they might, see what they can do. Unfortunate backfire here on the 2-3-4 pin. Cuts 5-man stat.
Wow, that's not safe at all.
That's yeah, I was, just looking at that. It's just like that didn't feel safe.
Yeah, they're just green for temp. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess with so little draws left, they're kind of looking at it just like, well, I might as well go here. And actually, let's go back and look at these standings. Dealing in there could be disastrous.
It could have been disastrous, definitely, but they
Hmm.
decided the dealership was worth enough. Still 3 tiles in the wall. Are they just a block in the dead wall at this point? Because oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, there's one. Based
Surely
on
not.
how aggressive, I think they're gonna cut it. No, okay.
Nah.
Played it very aggressively right into the right tile. That's good play. Yep. Alright, well that goes to Ryukoku with Nosti being the only person in Tenpai, getting 1,000 points from each player and moving us to South 1. No repeats, Jesus. Alright, Warm Rain immediately opening up with 1 completed shape, 3 incomplete shapes, and a pair of Dora. So that's pretty. Yeah, it's just the Yaku now is the problem, but actually no, there's no but. It's just the Yaku which is the problem because otherwise
There's always reach.
there's always reach, but they didn't get to the 2-pin and the 2 so, which is hard. Harder. What else is Lusty? 3 Roundmans in a pair with loose honors, a pair of Hakus there for Iri Starry if they do decide to go faster and try to grab that stick in the middle. PP with a bit of an awkward hand, unfortunately. Either 3-man, like the pair off also or something like that. There's a lot of steps to complete that, but that is the first step to completing the hand, which is drawing something that makes use of that 2-2-4-4-4 so block. 4-4-4 so. Is that a Suanko push for Iri Starry? Or a Cheetoy slash Suanko push?
It looks more like a Cheetoy line that has the option to go towards like a toy. Yeah, the big problem here is that 9-1 might be a little difficult to get. Hakus haven't been discarded yet, so Haku might be a touch. Kind of indicates that Haku is either deep in the wall or like someone else has them. The guy to your left's also reached, so.
Yep. So we do see that PP has decided to go for the Reachy on the Hanchans 7-pin, which they've already eaten one of, but it is a Reach Draw 1. They do need these kinds of hands. So, oh, Jesus. That's another Anko for Iri Starry. They might get into a bit of trouble if they decide to get greedy. So, yes, well, what's the harshest draw for them? Iso draw? Because then they drop the 5-man and then suddenly got questions to ask.
Yeah, that would definitely be a pretty interesting draw.
Oh no, they could do that. Draw the last 7-pin, and all of a sudden they're now Swanko with Shantan. Oh, okay. Wait, is this still alive? There's one 3-star, two
There's
9-mons, and no 7-pins. Oh, sorry, one
no,
9-mon.
no,
Now
no,
it's gone.
one nine one,
Yeah,
one nine one.
now it's gone.
Yeah, now
Uh,
it's dead.
they would have submitted the Swanko if they.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
That's pretty funny.
I didn't want to say anything, but like it was there, just for the record.
Oh, I have to see how aggressive players decide to posture their hand.
The interesting thing here is that it's actually difficult for Eerie Star to Tenpai.
Yeah.
That 6-mon has to come in as well now. Not the greatest.
No Tenpai for every Starry, and we're gonna get to a Ryukyoku with PP being the only Tenpai. Yep.
Yeah, very light hitting hands so far.
Yep.
I don't think anything.
Other than Nosti stabbing PP early on with the manga, and yeah, we've got some very light, like 3K 4. South 2-2. Chun is the Dora, a copy of Chun in Nosti and Iristari's hand, but more importantly, a North pair for Warm Rain. Very likely to take.
This hand doesn't look great for Warm Rain. It looks pretty good for PP. And same for Nosti as well. Eerie might be somewhere in the middle here. Hand, a couple pairs here and there, but shapes aren't the greatest in the world.
On of the yeah for Warm Rain. Very, very.
There's Sun Shocky there if you squint really hard as well. Yeah, I think it's definitely just trying to move the game along here. Pon, from Nosti on the 4 bamboo.
Anya only, probably.
I mean, the hand itself isn't going anywhere, so you might as well. Onso pickup is nice as well. Confirms the 1-2-3 shape. So we're missing a pair for Warm Rain, and needs to fill out that 2-4 block. Eerie Star is still picking up. Not the greatest tiles in the world. Can go towards Shitoi now, and it looks like that's what they're going towards.
Ooh.
1 month. 1 month for Eerie. Sorry. Yeah, 1 month for Warm Rain cuts the 2-4 block. Nice improvement.
EP now with the interesting option, because they could go for 5-6-7 Sanshoku. Yep. 5-6-7 Sanshoku, Tanya Pin Shoku, which would be a really important hand to get. But we do see that Nosti and Nosti and Warm kind of like run, so we're gonna need to try and Tenpai faster. Not that that's entirely control, of course. Up Tenpai here for Nosti, either Tunky 5 so or Tunky 7. Tunky 5 so. Tenpai here for EP, waiting for the 4-7 man for Reach Tanya. Unfortunately, they do draw the very, very cheap.
Oh, it's suddenly got very dangerous.
Very, very dangerous for Nosti. Are they going to greed? Are they going to cut the 2-man? Are they going to cut the 7 star, even though it's like next to the Ricci tile? If they do decide to get the 7 star, they're waiting for 4-7 man, but 3-10 because of the earlier 1-man cut. Or they can just choose to fold out here. Playing the 2-man. Yep, they do decide to do that, figuring that the 7 star and the 7-man is too dangerous. Maybe it's a delay. Maybe seeing if they can get the 5 so again and end up in the Hanchans 6 so. Maybe they just don't want to risk it on the parts. Empire here for Warm Rain, but what they will have to cut the 7 so. You're waiting on the 2-5 so, which is 3-10. And they don't decide to take that risk. Understandably so. How many weights do they have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 tiles left in the wall. 4 PP. Sumo plus Uro would be very, very important for them because a Mangan here would essentially launch them back up to being competitive. Jun is only one cut from Nossi's perspective. Oh,
technically Shantai.
yeah. Yeah. It's not. It's like, yeah. It's Shanpai to the Ricci and yeah, offered the Tenpai back. They don't decide to take it because they don't want to cut the Chun into last place Ricci, which makes a lot of sense. Are they solo? No. It looks like the Eerie Starry might. Alright, that's another out. 2 left in the wall. Left with only awkward tiles though for Nosti. 5-man Nakasu.
Yeah, he's getting to the point where there's not a lot of obvious discards for him.
Yeah. He's kind of just hoping to draw into it. Like draw into safety to some degree. Aku. 8-man is very. I'm still 2 7-mans left on the wall. Although we see a high-tay shift for Eerie Starry, so now PP is no longer given both 2 draws nor high-tay. Very, very important for them. Very important in general. 1 pin is safe. And the 7-man is Sumo there for PP. Reached Sumo Tanyao. 1 Uro would be important. 3 Uro would be better. Alright, yeah, reached Sumo Tanyao. And hey, look at the whole scores. Look at this. Like, everyone is within 2,000 points of each other.
Yeah, this is definitely a very uncomfortable game for everyone. You're definitely holding your breath here. Or at least I would be. Like,
yeah, the slightest of hands, or even like the smallest of dealings, could be. Yeah, so.
Like, dealing into like a 3-9 hand here is actually absolutely horrible. And usually, like, honestly speaking, usually it's not that bad. Obviously you don't want to deal in, but there's a lot of meaning to these to the next 2 hands here. So I have to hold on to your chairs. It might get spicy.
And okay, well, if Warm Rain is. Oh wow, Haku is immediately past there for PP. I guess wanting to go for the Chitoi rather. Okay, Chitoi Shanten for PP. Is Shanten on our. No, 2 Shanten on our left here for Eerie Starry. 7 so would be very well for them. Also, doesn't have much. They really need like an 8-pin draw or something like that. 8-pin or 1-man would be very helpful. Warm Rain's probably got the prettiest direct hand. It's got a lot of weighting on the 7 so. Yeah, a lot of these hands are hinging on 7 so draws. Even PP's hand is kind of hinging on a 7 so draw because it gives their Chitoi all their value at that point.
Boom.
5 so is pawned from Warm Rain. Warm Rain deciding.
Yeah, so we go 9-8 here and just go towards a 10 now and try to round the game out.
Exactly. But by this decision, Warm Rain is conceding that they are happy with the uncomfortable point margin in South 4. Like they have. Okay. It's absurdly difficult to see how Warm Rain gets a big enough hand such that South 4 enters with a huge gap. Tenpai there for PP, winning on the Tanki 9-pin. There's 3 in the wall. Would reach Chitoi as the dealer. More importantly, it's a dealer Ricci. Although it is directly being fought against by Warm Rain.
Yeah, it's also Suji.
Yeah, and 2-5 8-man. Hey, 8-man might just come straight out here from Eerie Starry.
Yeah, 8-man's.
Oh no, it's avoided. Oh, how's the safe? 7-man safe.
Good play.
6 so is not safe. Oh, actually no, it's pretty safe. Okay, yeah.
It's there's a come out on the 5 so.
Yeah. It's not that bad. There's still 3 9-pins in the wall. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to think about this hand.
Spice. What we think.
Riso is Carbade. but they don't see that many 1-sos, nor 2-sos, nor 3-sos, so it's a little bit uncomfortable for them. And they just have to cut it. How many?
In those situations, it definitely looks like they're just building up the courage to cut it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because I feel like most players, when they see a tile like that, they've already decided what they're going to do with it. They just need to build the courage to make the decision.
7-pin draw and is immediately Kadora.
Okay,
Oh,
now this is interesting.
How courageous are you? Because in terms of raw safety, the 3-so and the 7-so are about the same. Oh, and they don't decide to cut it. Because
not even holding tempo here. Yeah.
Because Warm Rain probably knows that if 7-so deals in, it deals into at least a pair or probably a sharp, like a sharper or a pair. So even though 3-so and the 7-so have the similar safety margins in terms of what's seen on the board, 7-so deals into 4 times the value. And they decide it's not worth the risk. That's another temp.
Hey, here's tempo.
Yeah, it's a re-tempi now for the 7-so Tunky. It was 2 in the wall versus 2 in the wall, I think. Yeah, 2 in the wall versus 2 in the wall. And a Warm Rain actually got their way around to a Mungan tempo. Oh no! They got their way to a Mungan tempo, but they drew the 9 pin, dealing into PP's reach. Chitoi Ura 2 would be huge, but no Ura. Tonight is not a, for this hunch, like last hunch we had a lot of important Ura. This one had 1 important Ura in East 1, and everyone else has just been unable to hit the important Ura. But it means that all of our score lines are so close as we enter into this South 3, South 4 dynamics.
Double South, Hutsu 4, Eerie Starry here. A decent hand with it, so we might see them attempt to just posture their hand to go really quickly here. But PP also has a pair of the East, and also pretty nice shapes as well. So we're gonna see a very scrappy hand here, I feel. Warm Rain also with some pretty nice shapes, and Nosti not being left behind either.
Yeah.
Picking up a pair of the Chuns for Warm Rain as well. Yeah, we're definitely setting up to see a fight here, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna have to see how these players fight each other and try to end it. Like PB might just try to end this hand cheap because they don't really have that much value yet.
There's a 2-pin. They can upgrade here. There's multiple different paths. There's Chitoi, there's Ipeco, there's East. There's a lot of,
hey, don't sound
there's
so
a lot
sad.
of random just upgrades.
It sounds so sad when you say East. But yeah, no, you're
Reach East is like the best feeling in the world, man.
Alright, well, we're gonna have to see what happened, but it's really gonna depend on draws and also like the ability, like the willingness for these players to open up their hands. So, like, is Nosti willing to open up on the North cut? I don't really know.
Yeah. I feel like the only person who wasn't really all too happy to open up the hand was Warm Rain because the value's just not there. And technically PP when they started posturing towards this Chitoi shape. But I feel like Nosti would be glad to open here. It's North 2 Dora, North 3 Dora if you draw correctly now. So and going into all last, you definitely want all the points you can get. Like, sure, you don't have that big lead, but you want to be going into all last with first place.
An interesting maneuver. The PP seeing all the 1-4 pins and deciding to abandon a normal hand. But the good part about doing that is he did not give away the 3-so chi to Yoristari. Very disciplined. Yeah, it looks like they just want to keep all these really dangerous tiles. Ishan 10 for Warm Rain now. 1 4 man. 1 2 3 4 man. 1 2 3 4 6 so.
That was a really cool draw. Like the Chun Anka here is very important.
Very important for value. Nossi's hand is also pretty important for value, but he's got a long way to get. A lot of stuff that needs to happen.
Yeah. The problem with Nossi's hand is that it suddenly just became like really awkward. Like you've got so many just shapes that you really want to fill in. Oh, hold on. No, I had to look at it again. He cleared out those awkward shapes. Those awkward shapes aren't so awkward anymore.
Hey, PP folding. Playing the
Gee.
ton, they're not wanting to be a sucker and let Yuri Starry Sumo Big Hand knock them out of first place. Now one rains Tenpai with 3-6, so well, it shouldn't only they will enter. No, even on a direct hit, it will still enter South 4 in a last place, but it'll be such a thin point margin that
I wonder if this is a hand where like you'd purposely just pass Ron. Because if like you get more points for being 10 pie than you do for Ron.
it depends on if you can read other players being. Oh, 3-so is cut out, does not want to cut the 8-so, leaving themselves in free 10. Deceiving that the 8-so is 3-so because of the new Dora 7-so, I suppose. Tenpai there for Nasty, waiting for the 2-5 pin for Pinfu.
2-5-1, yes.
No, sorry, 2-5-1, yes, for Pinfu, Ipeiko, Dora 2, and hey, they get into Tenpai, and it's a very important Tenpai for Nasty, because it will put them in first place. As we enter South 4. What a freaking tight margin for first here.
Looking around. Ooh.
EP just wants a 1k hand, Nasty just wants a 1k hand, Rain probably wants to sumo something a little bigger. Yuri Star is probably in the worst position because they can never just win cheap and move on. They have to keep winning. Which is
I think I favored Nasty, but I'm not sure. Like all these hands are very reliant on finding some kind of extra tile for that Yaku.
Rain going for the toy.
Yeah, like I don't think they didn't have anything else to go for. The hand itself closed was very slow, so just banking on the fact that they're gonna pick up tiles for this toy is a good idea, I think.
I don't think so, because the toy is not expensive enough to get into first, and this point setting where everything is so thin, we're at 5,000. Okay, I don't like that.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
But
so
like,
I feel as if this toy push is kind of banking on that you're gonna draw Dora.
Yeah, you need enough. Like, this is as good as it gets to getting a first place, right? Like, I don't know. It's just like you have an opportunity, even if it's harsh, but it's going to be very difficult to get first place, even though the gap to first place. 5-so deal into Iri Starry. Haku Dora 1, 2,600 plus the 2 bonuses. Yeah, it puts us into South 4-3. Now Nosti and Warm Rain have to both build something with a little bit of value. Not too much, but still a little bit of value. And PP's still on the 1,000 point hand, and Iri Starry still needs to keep winning.
Pretty good hand for Iri Starry, I think.
Yeah, it also could be a very expensive hand, especially if they get greedy in the.
Yeah, it's missing a clear, like an absolutely clear Yaku. You've
Yeah.
got like this really greedy Honitsu push if you want. Oh.
You were saying?
I mean, you've got that really greedy Honitsu push if you want it. Double south for Warm Rain though.
Again, though, they still need a little bit more value. Like, what's the gap? 5,000. So they need a 1,000. 501k is not enough.
I think the big problem is the way they're playing kind of indicates to me that they've resigned to not getting into the top cut. Because if my information's correct, I should double check this. Warm Rain is Ichirichi Fingers.
Yeah.
And with this game and another 2 minus 400, you cannot come back.
Okay.
Well, I mean, correction, it's Mahjong, anything can happen, but you've got like a 1 in 200 million chance of coming back from this.
Yakuman Shibari.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but they're probably just, just trying to end the game, just try to get it
That's
over and
fair.
done with.
It is fair enough. Like when you get into those decisions, well, the PP just summos. PP did call for open Tanyao and summoed the Forso for Tanyao only, but ends them in first place. Sub 30k first place.
Hey, no target score, maybe.
that is a result of their target score, and so that does end with PP in first place, Eerie Starry in second, Nosti in third, and Warm Rain in last place, I believe. I'm just gonna jump into this one. Oh god, Ejong. Oh, wow, this is only South 1. Oh my god, there's a lot happening. Okay, so it does look like Ejong has just been sumoing everyone to death. Osball. Okay, so Slinky is in a bit of an awkward situation. However, they have a Honitsu Dora 3 right now as dealer, so if they just sumo it, and hey, they're just going to Tenpai for the 4-7, so. Oh, so it's like 4-7. Yeah, it's a 4-7, so. If they can get this hand, it's Honitsu Dora 3, and if they sumo it, all of a sudden they're in a really good position to not be last place. Okay, now I'm confused. Is that 369?
Oh,
I don't think
I
that's...
believe this looks like 369. Actually, no, it can't. Can it be 369?
I think it's a 369, so if you decide to cut the
Yeah, if you cut the 7, right?
Yeah. But you've got a pawn of the 3 star, and you see so many 9 board, and you're eating so many of the 6 stars, it's like... Empire here for Osball, waiting for the 4-7 so. No Yaku, but very likely they didn't want to be cutting free Sozu for the obvious Honitsu Dora 3 opposite you, so they're going to try and sumo it stealthily, or
Home.
yeah. One man pawn for Ejong, giving the Slinky an extra draw and the high tay draw, but giving them Tenpai on the 6-pawn con.
Seems a little ambitious. Like, what do you need these K10 points for?
Points of points. Unfortunately, they don't get it, and then we have a Tenpai with Osball and Slinky in Tenpai. And
That seems like it could be disastrous.
Oh, it could have been. It could have been. Haite Honitsu Dora-san would have been a 6k all.
Oh, I mean, I guess it turned out alright. South 1-1. Slinky dealership. What are we looking at? There's...
I'm not sure.
I kind of like Ejong's hand.
Yeah, Ejong's hand does look pretty.
There's not much to say elsewhere. Like, there's a couple pairs for Huawei. Slinky's picked up a third 9 bamboo to confirm that pair. Holding on to the 9-1 can give them some Sunshoku shapes.
Yep.
I guess if you squint really hard again, like even harder than I was talking about earlier, there's technically a Junchan somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I don't see it either, man. But like, I'm just looking for ways into the hand, man.
It's going back. We have 3 Dora for Osball. There's a lot of stuff. Process.
Gotta round out those 5-7 shapes. Well, 6 pin for Slinky moves them away from the Junchan, but moves them closer to Tenpai, which, no complaints.
Yep.
Definitely the way to go.
And Sanso draw for Huawei. It's shapes. You're drawing into it, puts them closer to it. Even if it's like a cheaper Tenpai,
Slinky is also Shanten. 3 months an interesting draw for Oswald decides to hold on to the 5-month, can just turn it into a pair and have the 3-4 run, man.
Yep. White. So Ishan 10, Ryangmin, Ryangkan for Ejong. Yeah.
Lots of Ishan 10s coming together now. Mahjong and Slinky both Ishan 10.
Oh, Tenpai. 6-9
Yeah.
man. Reach pin Fedora 1.
Best draw
Yeet.
possible as well.
Reach pin Fedora 1.
Yeet.
5 outs in the wall. 4 pin immediately is drawn by Slinky.
Here we go.
Yep, and it's
Which way do you take?
Yep, 2-5 service is 3-6-9 man. Oh, 9 man is immediately drawn. Pause. Ooh, is probably.
It feels pretty good here, yeah.
Oh, it puts Tsumo for Ijong. Doesn't even matter. Each it puts Tsumo pin Fudora 1 euro will make it Hanemon. 2 euro. Alright, you know what? Give yourself an extra, why not?
So like the one euro goes for like the Hanuman, the second euro is, just personal morale.
Exactly.
Unfortunate for Slinky, very nice hand came together there for them, but dealership was not what they wanted, minus 5,000 now.
Yeah.
South 2, Hawaii dealership. Dora is 5 bamboo, 2 for Oz again, pair of the White Dragon as well. 1 copy for Hawaii, pair of the Reds. Early pawn on the West from Mahjong, just trying to end the game, yes?
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, Oz cutting the 2-star?
B-Toy?
But 1-star feels more.
If you go for
Oh.
Cheeto, 1 so yes?
Yes? I'm not really sure. But yeah, it almost terminates the ability for Oz to get a normal hand. It's either Cheetoy or Boy Toy, or yeah, it can't like pawn Hakudora 2 or something like that.
Yeah. We talk about this polarizing of your hand like pretty often on the stream, but I feel like this is a little bit too polarized. Cheetoy is a very strong hand when at the correct times, but I feel as if this hand was too like you took that option too quickly without considering the different positions you can take. Because as you mentioned, you can pawn the White Dragons, you can go towards just a regular hand for 2 Dora.
Yeah.
You've got your dealership coming up as well, so there's no direct shove to have to go that way.
Also, if players are paying attention, Oz Tadashi, the 2-3-star and the 1-star is going to look strange. Anyway.
Just want to double check. Oz is on Atsuki, so there's no need for these massive points either.
Oh,
yeah, so
that is the decision. Oh my god, that's a Anko right there.
Maybe he just fought ahead and was like, nah, SBT, calm your shit. I got this.
Aku is skipped by Away, and they could have taken a Tenpai for a 3-6-0. Sorry, Chun is skipped for Hawaii, and they could have taken a Tenpai for Chun, Dora 1, waiting on a 3-6-0, but they decided they need more points. Hawaii's on Junk and Ron, which also doesn't really need the points, so this is purely like just greed.
Yeah.
Towards them.
This feels like limit testing is what it feels like.
Oh, well, these. I mean, if that's how they feel like, they should play the hand. Power to them, but it's very greedy, especially when you're in a soft second position. Oh.
Still not tempo for Oz.
Yeah, I mean, Oz really needs that Haku. 6-7 pin.
I mean, yeah.
Or
There is a
3-7.
way out.
Oh,
yeah.
wow! They've chucked their Chitoy Shanten.
Yeah.
Now they've been offered the 5 pin. They decide to take it.
I really feel like Haku. Was the better discard there, though, right? Because if you're going to go this path, you might as well take any tile you can get. Like, sure, you might be mochi-mochi'd with someone, and then you might give them the Haku, but at the same time, you can pawn 5-7 free.
I just thought of 8 pin just means
Yeah.
that you're still on the Chitoy Shanten and you're not really getting blocks.
No, I agree. I agree with you there, but at the same time, it's just like if you're going to take this path, you might as well, right? But I guess like looking at the board, there's a free man on the board. There's 5? No, there wasn't any 5 pins. Yeah, so there was already a 3-mon on the board, and 7-mon's like, you know, a tile that's pretty commonly used in most hands. So they might have considered the fact
Yeet.
that, you know, I'm not going to get these tiles. Haku, unless it's Mochi Mochi with someone, will likely come out anyway. So that might be what he was playing towards.
Yep.
But yeah, Slinky Ricci now.
Yeah, waiting for the
5,
5
5
8
8 bamboo.
Yeah, for Reach Tanya in
There's
row
one.
1. And they get it. They get the last 8. So very, very
The-
nice. One row will make it a honeymoon, which will launch them very high.
That was the only 8 bamboo in the wall. Or like the only win in the wall.
Yep. That was the only win in the wall. But hey, you only need one. So yeah.
Yeah, we need one.
We see Oz opening up a 2 Dora again, but really
Boom.
hard to find the Yaku. Unless you're going for Honetsu.
There's Honetsu there. Yeah.
Unless you're going for
I mean, I wonder if there's any other line there. Probably not.
Sucks. Probably
Yeah.
just go for the Bakahon, but it's not even Bakahon because you. What else do we have? Huei's got a pretty hand. Will really want to draw that 2-so, but it's probably a bit nervous of getting rid of that Hatsu because you've seen that the dealer is potting the Otakaze.
Boom.
But hey, they do decide to cut it and give Slinky a Yaku, which could. Yeah, give Slinky a Yaku. Yep, alright, and they decide to cut the 6 mark. Bring them into Ishan 10 for Ricci. Ricci only, but if they draw 2-so first, it's Ricci. Oh, actually, it's just Ricci only from the perspective. Okay, it could be Ricci Pinfu if they get the. Oh, sorry, it's not even that because the hand's very cheap. Point. Yizhong on our left here. I guess Tanyao is an option. Slinky now has to decide if they're gonna go for the. Well, doesn't have to decide here, but they could just go for the Hanetsu at this point. But if they draw an 8-mon, they might just take the Tenpai. What would you do? Would you take this?
Kang.
You've put me on the spot. I probably can here, I think.
I would have ponned it. Ponned, and then
Yeah.
you got a 4,
On's
6,
also
8,
alright, yeah.
4, 6, 8, 9 pin for Hatsu Hanetsu. Khan just kind of most hurts the integrity of the hand.
Yeah. Kan in a way ruins the hand, but you're like, I feel like what Slinky's aiming for is that they're digging around looking for like just some reason to make this hand a little bit bigger. But
Sure.
yeah, at the same time though, it's like they're on Tile Dreaming, no? Yeah.
Yes, like he is on.
Yeah. It's very interesting seeing how they're playing because they don't need massive hands. Like they just need to kind of just round out the game. And unfortunately for Slinky, the way this game has transpired for them isn't the greatest. But like
Oz is still a lot of Shanten away from their hand. Tenpai for Slinky on the 2-pin Tanki. There is one 2-pin in the wall for Hatsu Dora. Oh, sorry, Hatsu Hanetsu. I can't count that Fu. 15 plus 4? Oh, sorry, 8 plus 4. Something like that. I can't even count that. 2-pin will deal in if they decide to cut it. They don't decide to cut it. They don't want to cut it. Alright.
really? Ooh.
And that will save actually we'll save Ozball of all people because Oz probably Tenpai for
I feel like that was kind of interesting for Ichong.
yeah.
Yeah, like in a vacuum, you'd kind of just want to deal in and get this hand over and done with, right? Because there's not much you can deal in here.
We see Huei has Reached waiting for the 3-so 2-mon. Not wanting to wait for only the 5-so because it's 3 5-sos from perspective.
It's also Dora. Well, 3-so is also Dora. So I guess they just wanted to hold it.
Well, unfortunately for Oz, any way forward destroys their hand. They have 2 people who are short, and Oz is deciding to fold.
Yeah, Oz is in the unfortunate position where there is no way to win, and I think they've seen that. Yeah,
Good
that
Dora
8-man is just
there.
that 8-man's just really sad. Yeah,
Oh,
but very disciplined, I feel.
and we'll deal in.
Jump.
So Hawaii
Mm.
does win Ricci Dora 3.
Yeah.
2 Ura necessary. Only 1, so it's only a Mungan, but hey, that's gotta hurt for Slinky.
I feel like we should probably comment on like that was pretty disciplined from Ozbol. Like in
Yep.
third place, you definitely feeling a lot of pressure to like push with your dealership, but seeing that, Chun feels a little bit weird across from the table and 8-pin probably just deals in.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very good play from Oz.
Yep, very disciplined. Alright, then this pushes us into South 4. Edrong's dealership. Edrong can feel free to run up the ladder. If they're still playing for the playoffs, they need to run up the ladder because
They need
they
they
need a
need
lot.
more than 600 points.
Yeah, they need a lot of points. But it could just be pride at this point. Like Ejong may just be praying for the highest scoring Hanchan, which is currently 83.2 thousand, something like that.
That's about right.
Yeah. Oz is in a bit of a predicament because a lot of his hands aren't big enough. You need a Hanuman Sumo or a Mangan Direct. It's going to be hard to craft. It's going to be very hard to craft. Like, I guess Reach Tanya Pinfu or Dora would probably be the best way to do it. But you're going to need that 3-pin and that 6-0 also. Mostly the 3 big, big problem. That may just settle for third place. Oh. They got the 6-0. That's part 1. Getting rid of the 2-pin, losing the headless Ishan 10, which seems a bit awkward considering that the Anko normally means that you can draw a 3-pin and you don't even gain Pinfu at all from that.
I
Ishan.
think they're just trying to eliminate the bad weight, it looks like.
Right, I suppose, but you can eliminate the bad weight by drawing either 2, 3, or 4-pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I guess you're securing the elimination of the bad weight, but
It's Reach.
yeah, Ricci for Ejong for the 6-9 mod for Ricci Dora 1, and yeah, Ejong is free to just play as point.
1 9-month, 3 6 months.
Yep, 2 6 months.
2 6 months.
So 3 tiles left in the wall, and I wonder what happens if Oz gets the ooh, not a shot. No, it's 1. I wonder how happens if Oz gets into Tempai. They draw 5 mon.
You turn sideways and pray, right? I mean, I guess you don't. You don't have to, right?
You don't have to. It's
Yeah,
it's entirely dependent
yeah.
on the player. And we do see that Oz is taking more of a conservative line, but happens.
Yeah, looking at your team's position as well, you could probably take a third here and not really mind.
Yeah. But again, it's up to Oz to decide what to do. The 4-pin is not. I to get rid of that.
Awkward situation here for Slinky. 8 bamboo is cut. Trying to wheel back into Tenpai, it looks like, but unfortunately, Tenpai won't be enough.
Oh, 9 mon
9
turn.
months from Hawaii.
Reach Dora. No Ura, but 3900 hit is not something Hawaii wants to take at this point. Because now they're suddenly in range of a Mangan Ron from Ozball. So Ozball can hit anybody with a Mangan. And it will be enough to give them second place. In fact, they've got the structure for it with Nan. Oh, not okay. They just need one more Dora, but yeah, it's not a good. It's not something they want to take in this game because it risks their placement in place. 5 mon draw is amazing for or Ejong puts them into a Kutsuki Ishan 10 or reach Tanya. I think about if there's any way you get Sanshoku out of that, but have to
Yeet.
maneuver. Early Tenpai, 3-6 pin. Pinfu, very,
Mahjong
very.
is really just running away with it.
Well, I mean, they've got something to chase, right? 83.2 thousand is the highest scoring Hanchan of the season. Perfectly possible that they just want to. I mean, it's perfectly feasible for them to get to 83.2 thousand. Just sumoing this hand and sumoing the next hand, right?
Wonder if we're gonna see anything explosive. Like I don't think we will. But yeah, like looking at the hands, there's nothing to incent. Oh, okay, never mind. No, actually, nah, still no. There's nothing to directly incentivize the players to like push really hard. Yeah, so I feel like this hand is either going to go to Ryukoku or Ijong's gonna sumo again. I don't really see this going in a way where anyone else can win.
Possible that Slinky deals in. They've been playing very aggressively this time. That 5-pin. That 5-pin is very, very dangerous. Despite the fact they had the 8 star and the 9 star, they could have fallen. So it means that Slinky has decided to be straightforward, which puts them at risk because they cannot use the 3 or 6 pin. So if they draw it, they may just cut it. I mean, 3 or 6 pin is no more dangerous. Well, 3 pin is exclusively less dangerous than the 5 pin you draw. 6 pin is drawn here for Slinky. And they drew a cut it, yeah. They were deciding to play very aggressively. As they do deal to reach Tanya Pinfu, 1 arrow would be to a Mangan.
They've got nothing left to lose.
They've
nothing left to lose.
I don't agree with that. You've pointed out Tile Dreaming is 2nd place right now, something like that.
Oh wait, no, they are 3rd. Yeah, they're 3rd.
So,
but he's got a lot to lose here.
Every point that you lose is significant. I highly doubt that Tile Dreaming will risk the cutoffs, right? Because they are on a lot of points, and because of the top-heavy nature, your bottom places aren't horrible. However, losing points is never really something. So I think there is something. Anyways, South Fort 2, Dora is the Ton. Ejong with a pair of Hatsus, but not really much else other than that. Hue probably his closest hand is like Tanyao, I guess. Oz doesn't have a Mangan, unfortunately, and Slinky has 2 Tons, so Slinky may push this hand quite a lot. See, especially at 3. They'd really like some help, right? Like this hand's got a long way to go before it's viable. On is given to Ejong, who seems to be leaving open the option of Hanetsu.
Hatsu is given.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Hatsu is given. Yeah, leaving the option of Hanetsu, but probably not wanting to crash their their efficiency. So they're probably they're not going to get rid of the 7-9 pin clubs. Oh yeah, this is Ishan 10 for Sling. But I mean, it's a good hand. It's a pretty decently valued hand. Don't get me wrong, but it's awkward, unfortunately. And draw is good for Oz. I was gonna try and force his hand to a Mangan or Oz. Gonna settle. I wonder. One is offered, but cannot be taken unless he.
Yeah, there's no Yaku here.
Yeah, unless unless Slinky finds an unconventional Yaku, there's just no way.
I guess there's Rinshan.
Ooh.
There's Rinshan, there's Volte.
Yeah, Kutsuki Ishan 10 there for Ejong. Ejong just wanting to continue to rack up this dealership. Up Tenpai. Waiting for the Kanchan 6 for Hatsu only. 1 160.
Hiya.
Waiting for 160 left. Extra draw for Oz. Still very far away from Among Us. 60 draw is very good for away here. I'll put some into Ishan 10 or Tanyao. Okay, that's another.
Are you sure there was only one left?
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, are you
no,
sure
no,
there's
no.
only one left? There's
I
like
meant 160 taken up. Wrong way around. My brain processed it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But Hatsu only deal in for Slinky, dealing into another, and okay, so the meta factor, not the like objective points, but the meta factor we haven't considered is that Ejong is probably going for that highest Hanchans.
Yeah. We should probably like at this point. I'm really like kind of hoping someone's tapping on Slinky's shoulders, like, yo, dude, stop.
Because
Don't do that. That's cheating. don't contact your teammates during the game. But yeah, like these types of strategies are definitely, well, at least they should be discussed ahead of time.
Yeah. Fortunately for Oz this time around wakes up with 2 Dora in their hands. And they're in Tempai for the Contra 4 mon, but Oz favors good weights generally. So yeah, Oz is going to Dharma. That's a weird Dharma because if you Sumo it, it's not enough for second place. I almost would prefer them to, if they go in a Dharma, they should got the 3 mon.
Yeah, I agree. Like if you're not going to reach, you might as well just break apart the Tempai and go for a better weight.
Because the 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pin is a very, very strong shape.
Yes, correct.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to keep your contract Tempai. Like if you Sumo it, then you're in a position where you have to free turn Richu if you want second place. Yeah, no, that's right. I was thinking. But yeah, if you really want to favor a bigger weight, you probably want to cut the. Right. Aka 5 so is pawned off by Ejong. Now Ejong, Ishan 10 for Tanya Dora 2. They really want that high score. Oh, Karagiri Ichi from Osborne. Now they're waiting on the 4.
Ejong's also Tempai 4/7 mon.
Yep. 4 mon. There is 4 mons in the wall versus 6 4/7 mons in the wall. Ejong cannot deal into Oz, but Oz can draw the 7 mon and deal in. It'll be quite a harsh deal in as well. 5800. Sorry, not 58. The 6700. Ooh, Slinky is very, very harshly pushing their hand. That 5 mon is not safe, which actually could mean that if Slinky picks up the 4 mon, it'd be in Tempai. Oh, okay. Now it's only 4 mon. 4 mon's the only active weight left. So now Oz cannot deal in. Slinky. If Slinky like Tempai'd on the 4 mon, then Richi, then drew the 4 mon again, Osborne would get the 4 mon by Osborne would get the 4 mon by a Tamahano. So yeah, intense. We got a spicy meatball. Tempai for Hawaii doesn't decide to take it. Doesn't want to risk the 9-pin Dora against the Richi. Instead, decides to cut the 1-so. Tempai waiting for the 1-4
What is this? What is this nonsense?
So 1-4 mon versus 4 mon versus 4/7 mon. 4 mon. Okay, so if Hawaii drops the 4 mon for some reason, it will deal into Oz exclusively. Oh, very important sumo.
I low-key,
Sumo.
Yeah,
very, very important sumo. Reached sumo.
Yeah, Ejong is just short.
Ejong is short of the high-scoring Hanchan and preserves that lead.
Yeah,
so
just short.
Yeah, we do see that our we end with Ejong in first place, Hawaii in second place, Oz in third, and Slinky in last place. Yeah, unfortunately, no one's able to beat Oz's record of 83.2 thousand. But yeah, that'll conclude our day's Hanchans. I'm just trying to see if
Or should be updated. Oh no, hold on, no, they're not.
No, they're not updated yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we wait until it's updated? I feel like we should wait. It's important to like actually show where everyone ends up. Yes, unless no one is filling in these scores. Because no one filling in these scores.
Looks like Cheese is in the process of asking.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just looking for someone to
I mean, unless you're doing something, I've got time. I can wait. I would like to wait.
No, I'm just wondering if we were like I can make the call, but scores are coming in. Yeah.
Scores are coming together. You know what?
Yeah.
We'll do a live uncovering. So yeah. Well, you can have a look at the. Oh, Perky got 72. Oh, this is so important. Look at that.
Oh no.
That's a really important first place. Okay. And this one didn't Nosti come third? Yeah. And this guy came second. But this is a very, very important gap closer between the two. Very, very important. Absurdly important. Oh my god.
What about this one? Okay.
This one's not as important. These three teams are safe.
This is no, I think we're gonna have a very spicy final day.
So this, and look at this. Look at this. Alrighty, so yeah, so these are the standings as of the end of the day. We have Artasuki in first place, Water in the Fire second, Powerpuff Boys third, Tile Dreaming fourth, Junkin Rod fifth, AU NSW Wanderers sixth, Tanya Sensation in seventh, Dark Flame Cursed Totoro in eighth, Fun for Fun in ninth, Unistar Fan Club in 10th, Long John Silver in 11th, and Itchy Richie Fingers in 12th place. The thing to keep your eyes on if you're in the audience is this gap over here, closed by at the start of the day it was about 130, so this gap closed by 70 points. So that's going to be the, like, I think if we're allowed to do biased commentary, we're probably going to keep an eye on if, like, this Hanchan is very important.
It's like someone needs to buy AKTK drink, because, like, they've definitely saved their team a lot of
oh yeah, absolutely,
a lot of heartache and shit.
If this Hanchan went the way that it was tending towards, it would be Fun in 8th place instead of Dark.
Yeah.
So very good effort from AKTK to even out the.
Very well played. Very spicy.
So yeah, that ends the day of Mahjong. We'd like to thank thank you SBT for joining me as usual. You are my partner in crime. Thank you to the admin staff who do all of the background work for ARMA League and making sure that it runs. So Cheese, SBT, and Totoro are the big ones. They basically make sure all the games run on time, especially with Cheese being a player and an admin, and you being an admin and a commentator. Very, very thank you guys for making everything run. So please come tomorrow and watch how ARMA League unravels. What's the word? Ends? Like, we need to see how it goes, right? Because, like,
would you say this is a climax, or like
this has to be a climax? Like, this score margin is getting super thin. It's very importantly thin as well. And yeah, we're just gonna have a look. Pending these scores, I think we've already decided what games we're watching, or what game we're watching tomorrow for the end. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Please join us tomorrow and see how it all shakes out.